Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our last guests are the members of Rebolu, an Afro-Colombian musical ensemble composed of some of the finest Colombian musicians in the United States. Their mission is to promote the rich musical traditions of their ancestors, the Afro descendants of Colombia's Caribbean coast. Here to share more is percussionist Johanna Castañeda and vocalist, composer, and gaitero Ronald Polo. Hello and welcome.
Hello, hello
Hello, hola,
everybody.
saludos, hello everyone. Oh my goodness, this is what happens when you're in a house with doggies and everything. They start barking. He's getting excited, but we're super excited to be part of this program. And thank you for the opportunity to talk about what we do, this wonderful music that we are sharing with the world.
Yeah, so I guess your dog wants to be on air with you.
I think so.
Those were your co-workers for the past 2.5 years. Yeah, I mean we're going on three now. Pero nada, let's talk about Grupo Revolu and when it was founded and you know what? Let's just start with the word Revolu and translate it to our audience and why you chose that name.
Of course, yeah. This word actually was chosen by our percussionist in the band, Morris Cañate. They're from Barranquilla. Rano and Morris are friends from where back in Colombia, and they just had this word. It's a Caribbean word, I think a lot of the Caribbean countries use this word. In Colombia, it's used as revolu, and it means kind of like it's a gathering. Something's happening over there, and there's a bunch of people gathering together to have an awesome time. So we kind of just use it as that because every time you see us on stage, most likely you want to come together with us and just kind of have fun, with the music.
Yeah, I like that translation. For us, it's more of like, oh, there's a mess.
Well, I must say it kind of gets messy because everyone is always like dancing and
It's
just
like a
having a
party, right?
blast.
Like party,
It's a
party.
big party.
Who doesn't love a big party? That's a mess. So, Ronaldo, um, Ronald, perdón, as the composer for Revolu's reinterpretation of traditional Afro Colombian rhythms, like, what does that look like for you, and what is your process like fusing it into a modern sound?
Well, first of all, I try to make the melodies, and then I mix with the everything I hear in New York, especially in New York, and I mix with my music, with my tradition.
it's
Got it.
it's like a combination of everything he brought from Colombia and he learned, which is the traditional part. And then once you're in New York, where you get to see so many cultures and so many music from all over the world, you start kind of fusing, everything together. So you get this one sound that is tradition with urban, funky sound, especially from New York City.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. It's like it's seated in there, and then you can tell that it's evolved from the actual root, right? And so, Johanna, I wanted to ask you, as a woman, right, who plays cuatro and percussion for that matter, like, and as far as I know, these particular instruments are male dominated. So I was just curious to know, like, what inspired you to learn how to play those instruments?
So I mean, I'm gonna say I mainly sing. I do play cuatro because I started my musical career just playing some music from Colombia and Venezuela called música llanera. It's from the eastern plains of Colombia. Very traditional music, which usually is played with a cuatro and a harp. So I learned it when I was very very young, and it has been my loyal companion for many many years. And then the percussion, I only play minor percussion, very small instruments like the guache and also the maracas. But I've learned it with these guys. I mean, I've learned it with Rano, with Morris, and then also our drummer, who's a female, Erika Parra, it's an honor to have a female drummer in our band and kind of represent that woman power in the musical field, right? Because yes, it is male dominated, so there's a lot of females that we're here to empower all the musical females in the world, so we can show that it's possible,
Right.
that we're
Exactly.
here.
Exactly, exactly. Equal opportunity and inclusivity. That's what we're all about here on this show. And so, speaking of instruments, Ronald, I introduced you being a guaitero, but I don't know if our audience knows what that is. Can you just share with everyone what a guaitero is?
Sure, sure. I got my gaita. It's a little bit far from here, but I can get it if you give me extra time.
So
So
you
it's a
can see what a gaita is. But basically, let me explain about this unique instrument. This is a wooden flute made out of a cactus tree, which is amazing. It's very native, very traditional. It's also at the top of the flute. It's mixed charcoal with beeswax, and then it has a duck feather where he actually uses to blow and get the sound out, basically. So it's a very native instrument, and I don't know. Do we have time to show that?
I think we do in image form, so we can show them in an image form. And thank you for breaking it down. I just want to be clear. Did I hear cactus? Did I hear cactus?
yeah, yeah, the real cactus. Yeah,
You
it's right
did.
in the middle. You're gonna find the the wood.
You kind of get it out of a certain type of cactus tree, and it's out of the middle of the stem of the cactus, and they just kind of get a piece of wood, they hollow it out, they make some holes in it, and they just kind of put it together. It's obviously handcrafted, so it's amazing to see how these instruments are made, and it just represents Colombia. It's just
Yeah.
us.
It's fascinating how when you revisit like our ancestry and how what mind, like where were they when they decided, you know what, I'm going to make an instrument from the bark of a cactus, right?
I
Yeah.
know, that's crazy.
All right.
I know.
All right. So we're running out of time, but before we go, really quickly, I need to share with our audience why it's so important for you guys to uphold the Afro-Colombian folkloric music in your sound.
Well, definitely, it just represents us. It represents our culture. It represents our beautiful country, Colombia, which Colombia is just it's a country full of music, full of culture. We have over 1,000 rhythms in the whole entire country. So you can find anything basically. This music that we do, it's from the North Coast, but you can imagine from all the regions. You will find different instruments, different rhythms. So we're just trying to basically represent, a little part, a little piece of our country, and we just want to show it to the world. And where it's an honor for us to be able to represent that. And we have been able to travel all over the world, showing and basically educating and letting people know that we exist, that this region exists, that these instruments exist, and we're just very proud to do that.
Wonderful, and we're going to give our audience a taste of your modernized version of it. That was Johanna Castañeda, vocalist, composer. I'm sorry, vocalist and cuatro player and minor percussionist, and then we have composer and guaitero Ronald Polo from Grupo Rebolu. You guys don't go anywhere because when we return, Rebolu is going to perform for us after the break.